In the meantime, Nigeria's Minister of State for Environment and Ecological Management, Ishaq Salako, says the administration of President Bola Tinubu is targeting to provide 30 million green jobs to Nigerians. The minister will represent the president at the just concluded Africa Climate Summit in Kenya disclosed this recently while interacting with journalists on the sidelines of the event. Bettina and Nwelih tells us more.
African leaders met recently in Kenya to advance conversation on how Africa can achieve green growth and sustainable climate financing to curtail the devastating effect of climate change. The three-day extensive deliberation ended with the African leaders adopting the Nairobi Declaration and the $23 billion climate commitment to promote green growth, adaptation and mitigation efforts across Africa.
During this action-focused summit, various stakeholders, including governments, the private sector, multilateral banks, and philanthropists, have made substantial commitments totaling a remarkable US $23 billion for green growth, mitigation, and adaptation efforts across Africa.
I think this is just preparing us for COP28. And I think a number of commitments, both from the countries as well as what they are demanding, from the global north and the developed nations. So I think that commitment, that joint action, that joint voice is very, very important for this.
During the presidential day of the summit, Mr. Salako delivered Nigeria's commitments on behalf of President Tinubu to African leaders and global delegates at the summit. According to him, Africa's most populous country would require $17.7 billion annually to achieve its nationally determined contribution, NDC's unconditional pledges, by 2030.
Nigeria also contributes to development partners. For example, World Bank, we contribute to it. We contribute to the African Development Bank, and we have a responsibility and a right to also demand support from such multilateral institutions to some of our initiatives.
According to the minister, Nigeria would benefit from the $23 billion commitment at the summit and would likely have its fair share of the funds when disbursed.
Nigeria is the giant of Africa. If you deny Nigeria of anything, you are denying 20% of black people in the world. So there's no way anything will come to Africa and Nigeria will not have its fair share of it. The negotiations on how to assess those fund is still ongoing. It's not something that is on the table for picture already, but I assure you we will have our own fair share of it.
In November 2021, Nigeria passed the Climate Change Act that seeks to achieve low greenhouse gas emissions, green and sustainable growth by providing the framework to set a target to reach net zero between 2050 and 2070. Bettina and Nwelih, reporting for News Central.